Good morning, paleo keepers, and welcome back to Newa Park. Today we're making an enclosure for the Velociraptor, and the way behind it I've sort of planned is for it to be like a house kind of exhibit for them rather than having them out in the open, so I can give them like a desert style enclosure and it not look too weird with the rest of the park. Now you can see right now I'm just sort of like planning how I want the front of the enclosure, and I was kind of like sort of in my head thinking greenhouse would be the way to do it, and yeah, that's essentially what I'm going to do at the front, greenhouse, and then the rest of the building kind of like a modern-ish style, like I don't know, warehouse style building. They're not obviously massive because it's only a small like exhibit for the Velociraptor. Once I'd made my wall, as you can see I had difficulty trying to select everything because some parts won't select, but we just copied and pasted it on the grid just to make it nice and easy and like flow a lot better. And then all we did was put like plaster on the inside so the inside of the wall looked different from the outside. And as you can see I'm using the new brick for the building. I thought it'd look kind of cool. Originally I was going to use red brick, so then it's a bit like the bug house in Prehistoric Park. That's the kind of vibe I'm kind of going for, but then I was like, you know what, I want this to stick out a wee bit. I want it to also slightly blend in with the pool that we have for a Camarasaurus enclosure, so that's what it's actually attached to. That's the viewing area, so it's almost like a mini plaza, and I might go around decorating the plaza up a bit between the pool and the Velociraptor exhibit, and maybe have a few seats, maybe have a small restaurant kind of thing going on this side as well, but I ain't 100% decided on that yet. It might be more of a kiosk than a restaurant, but that's something I'll get round to eventually. And as you see, I'm just sort of making the roof. I wanted a nice roof that the staff could get onto, because I'm going to do like a kind of like airflow system on the top, a bit like you have in like your reptile enclosures and things like this, like so then it's got a decent airflow. It's also like aircon, so you can make the air warmer and more less humid even, to give it that kind of like desert style. And then I feel like it looks kind of cool. It adds more like storytelling to the building rather than just having a plain roof. Obviously the ladder's there so they can get up there, and then it just goes down into the ceiling in the actual building itself, and then we just fill it full of sand, and then we use like the little grass brush just to clear it up, and then add a few different desert plants knocking around, water by the door, food closer to the front. And I decided as well I wanted to use the new hollow log as like a little bedding area for the raptors, so they can go in there and just take shelter and chill. And then I'm going to add like loads of big rocks, and then go around adding the smaller rock everywhere, and just slightly sink it into the ground so it looks really gravelly around the plant areas. And then just add more texture to the actual build itself inside the exhibit. Just trying to make it nice, somewhat simple and not overkill, because obviously I want to be, the raptors are the main exhibit here. Add a few lights to make it nice and bright. And then, I don't know why, I think I was being a bit of a muppet. It took me a while to figure out why I couldn't turn my lights on. And then just put down a simple sign, and then we have our little Velociraptors. And the Velociraptors in this game are incredibly adorable. Like, they're not the like dangerous creatures from Jurassic Park. They're just this really cute little feathered chicken. I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like they'd make great pets. Like they are very friend shaped is what I'm trying to say here. And I had great fun making this. This was a nice little exhibit. It didn't like take too long to make. I think it took me about like just under half an hour, as I was sort of like, I think the bulk of it really was me trying to pick what parts I wanted to use for it. But I do like the overall aesthetic of this build. The plaster as being there looks kind of cool. But anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this, and as always, thanks for watching.